Hi guys, ZCrazyG here, back with yet another Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled video. Now, as always with each of these Grand Prix events, when they come to a close, I like to take a look back and analyse how they fared. How good was the content that was added, and does it bring anything interesting or worthwhile to the game as a whole? And as we come to the end of October and the beginning of November, it's about time we take a look at the Spooky Grand Prix. Now, along with this Grand Prix came some great updates to the game, most notably engine swaps, allowing players to assign any stat class regarding of their chosen character, making character selection so much more freeing and customizable. And as great as this system is, I'm not gonna count it as a benefit of this Grand Prix, since it's more of a general update to the game overall. Now, with a Halloween theming, this Grand Prix already had a strong basis, and I personally think that it more than delivered. Even to the point in fact where I could even say that this is perhaps the best of the Grand Prix so far, or at the very least on par with Nitro Tour for me. Firstly, Nina's Night Ride is an example of a good short track done right. Not to say the Spyro circuit was bad, but its very narrow and sharp design was quite unforgiving for the most part, and ultimately stripped a lot of the fun from that course. Nina's Night Ride, however, is a lot smoother while also providing some well-balanced challenge. USF is obtainable on this track and is fun to maintain because of the smoothness of the layout, but the tight mansion areas do provide a good challenge in maintaining it, but not to a point where it's impossible. The giant pumpkin spider hazard is a great segment, and the pumpkins around the track continuously covering more and more areas with this goo that slows you down is a really unique concept. I really do like this idea of progressive difficulty as the laps go on, and also just how it drapes itself in that wonderfully cartoony Halloweeny aesthetic is brilliant. Overall, probably the best designed track from all the Grand Prix in my opinion. Though I will say, I hope for at least one of the two future Grand Prix we get to see a really out there and crazy track design along the lines of Hot Air Skyway and Oxide Station. I would just love to see Beanox tackle that kind of track design. I think it would be great. Now for the characters in this Grand Prix, what can I say? Definitely the best additions to the roster so far in my opinion. Nina Cortex has always been a highly requested character and her design is brilliant, so she is a very welcome addition. Nitrous Brio is one of my favourite Crash characters as it is, and he really should have been a part of the original game's roster anyway, so he's a perfect addition. Now yes, it's a shame that they couldn't get Maurice LaMarche to voice him here, as the new voice actor is... but they do kind of make up for it by giving him more of his mind over mutant personality, which is a fun treat. And Komodo Mo, another original trilogy character who was sadly left out of the original roster, but it's finally great to have him alongside his brother. All three are very well loved and very deserving of placements in the roster of playable characters. The carts are also all very solid additions to the selection here. One thing I've tended to find is that with the 3 carts added in each Grand Prix is that I tend to love 2 of them and kind of think one of them is a bit meh, and that is the same case here as well. The Nautilus being the more meh one here, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's underwhelming design wise compared to the other 2. The Skull Rider is a great looking cart that does justice to the Bone Machine. It kind of reminds me of the Mammoth, but a lot slicker and more visually appealing. And damn, the Phantom. This is how you do a great redesign, turning the chunkier organ grinder into a sleek and appealing ride. I suppose the only drawback to these 3 carts is that they are very attached to Halloween with their theming, but hey, they are still awesome looking vehicles and worthy additions. As well as this, all of the cosmetic stuff has been some of the best we have received from these Grand Prix yet. Being Halloween, they really had a lot to work with the skins, and they did not disappoint. Especially considering how all out they went with these podium animations on these ones, they are fantastic. And the stickers are actually animated for once, which makes them a lot more interesting and desirable cosmetics. And I would also have to say the spectral wheels are by far my favourites of all the themed wheel sets. And the challenges again also just seem to keep improving with each Grand Prix, making them more varied and less repetitive. Though I do think there is perhaps a bit too much reliance on the online mode with some of these challenges, especially considering the state of it right now. But I do think another great addition to the challenges were the ghosts. Yeah, sure, they only really contributed to said challenges, but were a nice little addition that added a unique twist while playing during this Grand Prix. And I do hope the future ones have their own little unique gameplay tweaks like this. So yeah, I would have to say Beenox absolutely nailed this Grand Prix in terms of all the content provided, giving the game a bit of a boost after many were left disappointed by the Spyro Grand Prix. Let's just hope they can keep up this level of quality for the next two. And considering the theme of November's Neon Circus Grand Prix and with the supposed characters to come with it, I am certainly excited to see what comes to the game after this. But with that, I will leave it there. Thank you all so much for watching, it really does mean a lot. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.